When you he put I've recorded that bit. When we're in between and we've got the music playing, I switch to another camera feed so it doesn't see. So if the guest wants to wander off like they do sometimes, and do you know what I mean? It allows you to do that. So I've recorded that little bit anyway. Mum, I'm on the radio.
Yeah, give her a shout out, bless her. It's but you just got to be yourself, ain't you? Like at the end of the day, it's you see me bopping away, dancing like Rick Astley because I can't dance. But
Yeah.
thank you, Rick Astley, for making it cool.
Yeah, exactly. He was a line getter as well, isn't it? What was that track? His most famous track? Yeah. He left his girlfriend quite shortly after that became a hit. Never gonna give you up, never gonna let you down. Yeah, he sang that song, didn't he? Made a hit, and he dumped his girlfriend a few months later.
Wow,
lying sod he is. Lying sod. Don't trust him.
Could be worse. You could be Milli Vanilli.
Yeah, one hit wonder.
I used to love Milli Vanilli. Then found out it weren't them.
There's a few tracks like that where they've sampled stuff, and it's not actually the artist. Yeah. And,
Bad, isn't it?
Yeah, it's crazy, mate. Crazy. So, currently, with the current situation that we're in our 17,000th lockdown of whatever. So, how are you connecting with your clients then, doing your hypnotherapy stuff? Are you doing it over the old Zoom and stuff?
Sending it by pigeon, hoping for the best. No, just got Zoom, FaceTime. Do you know what? The weird thing is, my mentor, who's not my mentor anymore, great bloke, he helped me in 2018 to get it all online. He said, because if you're traveling to London and there's a massive crash, how are you going to get there? I said, yeah, good point. So it didn't affect me at all. In March, the first bit, because obviously people paying installments for the course and that, I lost 85% of my business in March.
Right.
So that was a worry, because I was like, hang on, this is bad. Like I got a little bit of savings, but that's only going to carry me till like probably June.
Sis.
But then it just exploded, absolutely exploded for the last year. And it's just, I think it's because people know their jobs aren't safe anymore and they want a career.
Yeah.
And there's nothing wrong with being employed, but I just think they feel it's not safe anymore. Where it used to be, get a safe job, you work until you're retired at that place. That doesn't happen anymore.
Doesn't exist, mate. Doesn't exist. It doesn't exist. That's a long way back in time, where you worked till you were 60 and retired, and you had your company pension and the social club and all the benefits. That's ended, mate. To be honest with you, I've never worked anywhere more than 5 years, whether that's in one business or, do you know what I mean, or on a site. I've never worked more than 5 years because I get absolutely.
I bet to me then. I've done 4 years in one place and 3 years in another for employment. I couldn't stick it.
I get bored. I get bored very quickly. Once it's running and it's working all right, I move on. I'm like, oh, give me something else. Yeah. It's crazy. I like it. I like a challenge all the time. I like it constantly changing. That's like we're doing stuff all the time on the station, constantly changing what we do, how we're approaching it. Yeah, it's cool, mate. It's cool. It's great that you've kept going and you're still doing your stuff that you're doing. And I've said it a few times to you off air, and I really appreciate you for stepping up as a friend that wasn't a friend, who is now a friend, who just.
I've done nothing, mate.
No, you did. I think. Go on.
Sorry, I remember. Like, I've only had one wobble in lockdown, and that one wobble, I remember you. I don't know what it's called, but you went on Messenger with like a voice note thing, like a call, but it wasn't a call. See, I don't know modern technology, but I don't know how I make money on modern technology because I don't know what it's called. But you were like checking out how I was. I was like, bloody hell, we didn't really know each other then, but you reached out. And then I thought, when you had your little wobble, I was like, now remember the people that help you when you're down.
Yeah.
And I was like, look, mate, what you on about? Let's help. So we've helped each other, like, you know, and it's weird because we've become friends because of it, because you've helped, you help each other, like.
And I just wanted to cover it because some people might go, oh, you've told us this before. Well, shut up, there's other people that's going to come over this and everything. A couple of weeks ago, I was about to push the button in, just pack it all in and go and work down the bottom of my garden and do stuff down there because I'm putting that much effort in. And sometimes you feel very isolated and it's not working, or it's not growing. It's like we're stagnant. We're not going, you know what I mean? It's not going where I want it to go. And just through and you said you've not done a lot, but you were there. And I think for anybody out there who's struggling with anything, or you know someone who, or check up with people, because you don't know that one conversation or that one text message or that one, if the thing that someone else who's not in your circle, who's got anything from it, still believes in what you're doing or believes in you, is very, very powerful, mate. And if that's what you've done for me without even doing all the stuff that you do, the magical stuff that you do, then that's great, isn't it? It's great.
Yeah, it's also a like there's a lesson in there as well. Is like with business, is like, even though, like, yes, you should check up on people, but also you don't realise who's actually watching what you do. Like, so you're like going, I see, I'm packing it in, but you didn't realise I was listening. Like, there's people probably in Hong Kong listening, going, what? You were going to give up? What? And all of a sudden it's like, no, don't. And because they're not always in contact with you, you don't realise who's listening, who's watching.
Yeah.
You know, it's like I've got boxers that contact me out of the blue, and I didn't even know they knew I existed. And it's like, how do you know I exist? And you just think, well, because you've put yourself out there, you don't realise who's listening. You know, my auntie could be listening for all I know. Your auntie could be. Do you know what I mean? Your auntie's nephew, auntie's next door neighbour's cousin could be listening. You just don't know.
No, it is bonkers. It is crazy sometimes, because, and I think for me, you know when something's working when someone who's not commented on any of your timeline, for me as an example, and this might work for you as well, is, you know, I have a couple of sayings that I say on the station. You know, I've got the old "Good morning, my neighbours, F you, yes, F you too," and all that, which comes from, you know, coming to America. I came out of my cabin a few weeks ago, was walking up the garden, and I could hear my neighbour Byron next door, and he shouts, "Good morning, my neighbours," and he just shouts back over the fence, "Hey, F you." You know what I mean? I was in stitches. I wish I'd have videoed it. It was hilarious. And then on a Facebook post, I might put someone on, someone will go, "I'm up, you're up, turn it up," because it's one of my catchphrases on the station. And I think that is fantastic. That is absolutely fantastic.
People are listening.
Yeah. So what does the rest of the year, what's 2021 looking like for Stuart Who?
Yeah, 2021's exciting, man. It's you know, I'm now, you know, teaching hypnotherapy so others can do what I do.
Right.
Because I don't believe in working like I used to work like 16-hour days, 6 days a week. It was hard. You know, I had a full-time job. I was studying. I was bringing up my business, and it just took its toll on me, because I missed out on an Olympic qualifier. Well, my client did. I didn't. He missed out on an Olympic qualifier by one position.
Right.
And it's just, again, it's all the heartaches. It's failure after failure after failure. And if you can get over that, it's actually, the failures aren't a failure. They're actually propelling you to big success.
Yeah.
So, and you don't have to work the hours like I did. And that's what I now work 4-day weeks. And I'm now teaching people to say, hey, slow it down. You are enough. You are doing enough. And you don't have to kill yourself to get there. And so when I'm teaching people, I'm saying, hey, work 4-day weeks, earn enough and enjoy your life. You don't need to try and chase the millionaire status. Just earn good money, have a good life, go and enjoy it, and go and do things that you do with the money anyway. You know, because if you ask what they're going to do, they go, I'll go on holiday. You don't have to have expensive holiday. Don't get me wrong. It'd be nice to have 5-star doodly-doos. But, you know, at the end of the day, it's, you know, I've got enough now to keep me going till July. You know, till July. I don't have to work now till July. It's not a long time. But it's now starting to build where it's like, I'm so much more calmer now. So 2021 about me is now about helping others make a career, because no one's job is safe anymore, which is a shame.
So before I forget later on, because I'll forget, where can people get hold of you if they want to look? Because I will create this. This will be on the blog. So if you're reading the blog, thanks very much. Send me a link. Where can people find you to find out if they want to be a celebrity hypnotherapist?
They can find me on Instagram and Twitter at celebrity_hypno. And I'm Stuart Howe, that's STUARTHOW on Facebook and LinkedIn. Or if you want to email me, or just find me on my website, it'd be www. I think I said 4 there, but it's 3 W's.celebrityhypno.com.
Excellent. We'll do that. We'll add that in. But you're right. I've said it in the past. There's a level of finances you can earn, depending on what you can do. You're not Bezos and all the rest of it. They've got billions. It's absolutely obscene. But you, as a person, like generally, over a certain amount of money, you get to a certain level of money, and that anything over that, it just becomes, I believe, irrelevant. So, you know, how many cars can you own, and motorcycles and holidays, and do you know what I mean? You just end up buying stuff, yeah, and stuff does not make you happy. People look at, and I talk about this when I go into schools. Think people look at celebrities that have got a lot of money and are very famous and go, "Oh, they must be so happy." Just go and have a look at how many celebrities commit suicide and then millionaires, you know, Avicii and people like that, Robin Williams. And do you know what I mean? So if people think money is the route to success, I can tell you it's not for sure.
I've met loads of people that are worth 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 million, honestly, and they're not. Some of them are really happy. Don't get me wrong, but some of them aren't. Some of some of them are chasing the next big deal or the next big thing, and they're not happy. You know that. But I know some people that are absolutely skint and really happy. Happy's in here. Doesn't matter what whatever you earn. Don't get me wrong. I want to earn good money to have a good life, but I'm not going to start working 16-hour days to become a millionaire. I just can't be bothered.
No, there's no point. You get what I'm saying. Now, if you're not happy now, you're not going to be happy if you want. So, say someone's skint now, yeah, and miserable because they think it's because what happens is when people have not got a lot of money, they put their unhappiness down to that fact that they've got no money. So if they won the lottery, they're not going to be any different. They're just going to have more money, just going to be miserable with more cash. Yes, it gives you opportunities to do things. I understand that, and you know it's no good being skint either, but that is not the reason why you're unhappy. That there's something underlying, and I'm sure you help people. I like to mention it because I think that's also something where you can help people along. If people are like that, that's where it's the mindset of, well, actually,
yeah, they sort of get stuck in a loop. They kind of get stuck in a loop. I'm not happy because of this, and I'm not happy. So what I do is change that loop to find a way to give them purpose. You know, what would make them happy? We'll go and do it then. And when they tell me like being on a yacht will make them happy, that's not happiness.
No.
You go, really? What makes you happy? And they go, usually it's their family, their loved ones, and that's about it. You know, and their hobbies. It's like, well, go and do your hobbies then.
Yeah. Oh, I'd love to. You know, I see it loads of times because you know I've had a couple of health things and what have you. And there was a post on the other day that said if you had a million, was it £1 million or £100,000, and you only had 72 hours to live, what would you do? Do you know what I mean? Which it's a clickbait question, isn't it? Let's have it right. So people would pay.
I answered that, and I said I wouldn't want any money. I'd spend time with my family.
So people put, I'd do this and I'd do that and I'd do that. So I just said, well, why don't you do it now then? Why are you going to wait till you've got 72 hours to live? If the thing that's burning you is to buy a motorcycle and drive across Europe for 72 hours, then go and do that now. Do you know, why are you waiting until someone says you've got 72 hours to live? And I think this is where generally I think unless you've been in a situation where you think you might only have 72 hours to live, your mind's not in that zone, is it? It's like you think you're going to live forever, you think it's going to come and all the rest of it. But telling you now, you know the score. I had to write down all my passwords to my computers, my laptops, everything, my phone, my bank accounts, and hand it to my wife the night before I was going in for brain surgery because I didn't know if I was going to wake up. And that sort of makes you think differently about life. You know what I mean? Anyway. That's about it, really. Look at me now, yeah. It's affected me, people. They'd never touched my brain. I was always this freaky. Just took part of my skull away. Do you know what I mean? My brain's not been changed, altered. I could roll on that. Couldn't I say, it's all right, he took a bit of my brain away. It's affected how I think. Excellent, mate. So what have you got planned for the rest of the day? Because I think we're getting, the show's rocking on. And I think what we're going to do is if there's anything I've not covered with you want to cover, is there anything you want to talk about?
No, I mean, I've got a client at 10, so I've got to go in a minute. But yeah, it's no, I just want to thank you for being on the show. Thank everyone for listening, because you know, if I can do it, anyone can. It's you know, if you rewind to say 10 years, I was working nights in a warehouse.
Yeah.
You know, a normal minimum wage job, and there's nothing wrong with that. I've had lots of minimum wage jobs where I've enjoyed, I've hated. And it was like, this weren't for me. And I was like, right, I am going to do this. And if you're thinking, geez, that's going to take 5-10 years, that 5-10 years is going to pass. Do you want to be in 5-10 years a footballer, a radio host, a celebrity hypnotist, whatever you want, or not? If you do, go for it, because in 10 years' time, you don't want to look back going, I never done it. I never tried.
And on that note, I think that's absolutely beautiful, man. Perfect. I'll speak to you later. Have a great day with your client. I'm going to play some E17 for you. You'll catch a little bit of it before you get on your client. But anyway, this has been Stuart Howe, the celebrity hypnotherapist, who's not a celebrity, on Duggystone Radio. He's going to hate me for it because that's going to stick.
Lives in Wales, not Welsh.
Lives in Wales, not Welsh. Plays pool with his left hand, he's right-handed, and all that marvellous stuff. A great guy. So if you're a celebrity out there and you don't know, you're struggling with something, then if you can find him, maybe you can employ the celebrity hypnotherapist.